Hello everyone. It's great to have you here today. My name is Julio Rocha, and I'll be spending a few minutes with you talking about Pakistan and its current relationship with neighboring countries. First of all, where is Pakistan located and who are these neighboring countries? This is perhaps where our geography lessons will start to pay off. The map that I show you here on the screen tells us that Pakistan is located in the northwest of the Indian subcontinent in South Asia. It is surrounded by the Arabian Sea on the south, and it borders Afghanistan, China, India, and Iran. The country is rich in history and culture, but its primary characteristic is that it is considered the Muslim nation of the world. Let's let's talk about Pakistan and Afghanistan. From a cultural perspective, both countries share similar ethnic, linguistic, religious, and economic ties. In an article published by the crisisgroup.org, we read that the military-devised interventionist policies have marred the relationship between both nations. Therefore, on one side we got Afghanistan, who has been a strategical ally of Russia for many years, but on the other side there is the US, who has been a major non-NATO ally of Pakistan as part of their war against terrorism. In a few words, we could say that Afghanistan and Pakistan live in constant tension due to national security reasons. The relationship between both countries will come at ease as long as they start expanding ties beyond a narrow security focus. Now let's jump into China and Pakistan. In terms of per capita income, China isn't considered a fully developed country. Nevertheless, according to Professor Jeremy Wallace, China could be considered developed or a developing country because there are more rich people there than in the United Kingdom. Why am I telling you this? Well, because this economical position gives them the privilege to tie business agreements with less developed countries such as Pakistan. According to the Observer Research Foundation website, from around 2007 to 2008, the US influence in Pakistan became less important and was steadily replaced by China. In short terms, we could say that Pakistan's relationship with China looks very promising. Contrary to the US, China hasn't interfered or imposed itself in Pakistan's domestic affairs, even though it has also provided diplomatic, political, and military support to them. Let's move on to a different scenario and talk about how Pakistan and India treat each other as neighboring countries. India and Pakistan have shared a long history of rage, hatred, and overall disagreement for many decades. Ever since Pakistan partitioned itself from India in 1947, several wars have occurred, leaving these tense feelings between both nations. The justification behind these wars cover a wide range of interests, including political, territorial, ideological, military, economical, and religious. The dispute over the neutral zone of Kashmir is one of the most known reasons why India and Pakistan have gone to war several times. Unfortunately, India has a more powerful military arsenal, and that puts it in a better scenario compared to Pakistan. That's the reason why Pakistan has lost many wars against them. Among some of the most recent conflicts between these two nations, we can name the Indian suspension of Article 370 of their constitution, which removed the special status of Jammu and Kashmir. This basically revoked their right for autonomy and allowed India to integrate it into the same footing. Tension and disagreement in Kashmir started to arise, and this brought as a result a full lockdown in Kashmir, with internet and phone services being intermittently cut off. I would simply summarize Pakistan's and India's relationship as being a ticking time bomb, one that could unleash a nuclear war. And lastly, we can talk about Pakistan's relationship with Iran. These two nations have remained very supportive and cooperative to each other. The link that ties both of these nations together is their intensified interest in the case of Afghanistan. They basically want to end the war there, hence the reason why they remain very cooperative. Nevertheless, there is a known rivalry between Saudi and Iran. To this respect, Pakistan has shown a determined effort to remain neutral. As was written in RUSI last year, Saudi Arabia and Pakistan are interested in an independent security relationship, one which does not infringe on either's relations with other countries. Okay, guys, well, this is a brief summary of how Pakistan deals with its neighboring countries. As you can see, we got mixed scenarios, but overall, we can say that its relationship with other countries is quite fragile and tense. I invite you to keep reading articles on the subject. There are some good ones out there. Here are the ones that I read. But I really thank you for listening to my podcast, and I really hope you found it interesting and helpful to you. See you next time.